Welcome to another episode of the American Beer Review Podcast.
Good times with good friends requires good beer. Lucky for us, we know how to pick all three.
We're a group of friends who grew up in the Pacific Northwest, giving us a jump start on our craft beer journey.
Join us today while Brian... I pride myself on not getting to know other people, so do not put that on me.
Alec. So the bananas up until like the 60s were an entirely different species of banana.
And Chad. It hit me like a wrecking ball.
Review some beer, talk about beer topics, and whatever else comes up. We invite you to pour yourself a drink and hang out with us.
For now, until the ATF shows up.
Until we talk about it on the podcast and then somebody figures it out.
I doubt that's going to be the thing that gets them.
But yeah, 0 calories, 0 sugar.
Not mad about that.
No. So Jester King.
Turns out I might have to check out some of those. Touch my mic and I will... Come on.
That's all it was. That's all it was.
We're good?
I tried to I think it's... This is the last episode
where
we're using these mic stands. I'm getting like the
Number one, it's not the last episode that we're using these mic stands because...
Today. This recording day is the last day. All right. Yeah.
A brewery that we
talked about.
So, and they're kind of like the. So who we're talking about is Jester King Brewing down in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, Texas Hill Country.
What did you just say?
They call it Texas Hill Country.
Yeah.
Austin?
No, so Austin is where they're out of, but they call themselves Texas Hill Country because they're not downtown.
Oh,
they're outside.
Yeah. No, it's quite a facility. It's quite a place that I've seen just from videos and pictures and stuff.
I forgot who it was that we had earlier. So this is Jester King's 3-year blend, SPON, SPON.
Yep.
Just won an award, a gold medal at a Texas Beer Festival.
They're...
Like last week.
Okay, they have multiple spawns.
Yeah. A ton. I was trying to figure out which one this was, and I couldn't...
Yeah. This is kind of their main one. This is the 3-year, aged for 3 years.
But each one is different. So
because there's also like a Spawn 13th anniversary.
And so the...
Oh, Spawn 3-year blend 2023?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this was bottled on February 21st, 2023?
Oh, yeah. So like
I posted on Instagram, hey, happy birthday. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, blended on 2/21/23.
Yeah.
Okay, so I found it.
And so on Tavour, the this year's version of this just dropped.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
if we like it, I might
grab more.
Add a few more, and we can cellar them till next year.
So this is a blend of 2020, 2021, and 2022 of 100% spontaneously fermented beer. For Jester King Spawn, we mix water from our well with local grains in a turbid mash, boil the wort for hours with aged hops from the attic of our barn. Chill the wort overnight in our cool ship, 100% spontaneously ferment the beer with native yeast and bacteria, and mature it for years in oak barrels before blending. Natural re-fermentation in the bottle. The resulting beer is a unique reflection of the Texas Hill Country, the ecology of the Texas winter, and the people of Jester King.
Yeah, and they've got big old compound down there. They do you can rent the place for events. They've got a restaurant.
Well, they got Jester King Inn.
Yeah.
Do they really?
Yep.
Yeah, so you can go there and stay there, and they got...
And I want to say...
Restaurant. I mean, it's just basically, if you want to go have a wonderful weekend, just hanging out in kind of an idyllic farm setting and drink a bunch of... I'm assuming tasty, wild fermented beer.
Well, it looks like almost every Saturday in the spring, and I don't know how it goes through the summer, they have doom metal goat yoga?
Yes.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, they have goats.
Well, they have goats, but I don't know. I know what doom metal is. I know what goat yoga is.
Yes, but the
doom metal goat yoga, is that... I guess I could click on it. Is it goat yoga? You can buy tickets.
Yeah, it's goat yoga with doom
beer,
metal.
Pizza, and goats in the beautiful Texas Hill Country. Mm-hmm. They have a pizzeria, too.
They got everything down there.
We call upon the ancient lords of the underworld, doom metal masters, and yoga practitioners of all skill set to help bring forth the beasts every Saturday. Yep. Nope. It is yoga and
this is
metal.
Going through their website and kind of everything, it very, like when you see here's some, everything's bottled, you think it's very serious, but I think they have a very upbeat and kind of tongue-in-cheek culture, kind of everything. They're just having fun with it.
Yeah.
It looks fancy, but you can have fun and be fancy at the same time. They do annually they clear out their cellar and go, we're having a dusty bottle sale.
Well, they shoot to get, I think they said, as organic as possible, as local as possible, as sustainable as possible, so they're not sacrificing quality to get there, but
family friendly.
I'm buying some more of these.
Family friendly, dog friendly.
Not pluses.
And they do tours and goat experiences. You can book through their website.
They have a full-time goat wrangler.
Huh.
We're just gonna 30 seconds of us just doing this.
It's pretty chill. Like,
I can get down on that.
And that's the thing that I think a lot of people who just don't
that's so good.
have it very often maybe get put off by the idea of wild ale, like that it's.
Oh, if you grab this, because it looks like
a
lager-ish or like a lager.
Could be a blonde ale,
and it doesn't have
not overly
like a soury smell. But if you grabbed a pint of this,
it's almost like there's like a honey almost even smell or like a.
But if you took like a slug of this,
yeah,
expecting it to be something light and crushable, you'd be.
Do you know what it actually kind of reminds me a little bit of? Is your guys' cider?
Yeah, it's very in the cider lane.
Yeah,
I'm getting that kind of a sour apple kind of little bit.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Maybe is just like the.
Well, it's also spontaneously fermented. We don't add anything to it.
Yeah. So whatever, and then it's whatever plants and trees that they have in the area that you probably get some of that pollen in there too, and some of those yeast that live on whatever fruits are there. So you're getting that.
Yeah.
Same thing as they're spontaneous.
And only 5%.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
That you're not.
But there's tons of flavor in there, and it's not. I think. Kind of my scary thing when we started doing these wild ales is like, oh my gosh, there's gonna be so many layers of flavor. I have to worry. Going into this beer, I'm gonna have to concentrate really hard on what to pull out. But they've all been. They're not simple beers because obviously there's just tons of steps.
Yeah.
It took 3 years to make this. They're pulling it out. They're blending it. They're doing all these things, but to get to this unified flavor that they want in a 5%, usually we're hearing about these big processes and something that's barrel aged and it's 10% and we've fortified it with some other stuff, but these folks are just getting back to what beer was.
Well, and it is super interesting as you look through their list of stuff. I mean, it's 90% farmhouse and variations.
Yeah.
I think I saw one stout. I've seen an alt beer, a few wits, those types of things. Obviously some sours, but so there finally is there was a Russian Imperial Stout. So finally there's a regular stout, a Kolsch, but and they do at least have an IPA, but it's an IPA that's 3.8%. Yeah.
A petite IPA, I think. Something like that. They might not call it that. But
there was a blackberry beer they were talking about on their blog that I looked today.
That was a table beer. Was their petite something was a table beer. It was 2.9. This is Cloud Feeder. But so they do have some other ones. But it is kind of interesting that you're very much not we got 17 IPAs and a couple of other things. And it's always so fascinating to me when you get a brewery that is so well known, massive, has tons of stuff going on. A still?
No. Beer in a box.
Probably because it's like wine, I guess. But it's interesting to me that you're massive, you're popular, you're well known. Like it's awesome. Like good for them. It just is not.
I've heard these guys' names for, man, when we started the podcast back up again, I just saw every once in a while they just show up in the orbit, and then all of a sudden, boom, they're on Tavour, and it's like, okay, add to cart.
Yeah.
Because we had to try it.
I do wonder about wild ale and pizza together.
Some Neapolitan style pizza, right?
Well, you're not getting Little Caesars pizza.
No.
So you're gonna have an artisan pizza.
Some sourdough pizza.
Do we got?
Out of a brick
Pretty
oven?
sure if you walked in there and were like, I would like a pepperoni and cheese pizza, they would tell you to turn around.
What do we got here?
No, I'm firing up my pizza oven. Sitting with this.
My guess is there'd be some goat cheese.
They got some
in that
beers.
pizza.
I will tell you, they have
tomato. Call it a little bit of olive oil on it.
If you go to Austin right now, you can get the 2017 3-year blend and the 23 3-year blend.
Oh, and side by side.
Yeah, they have. I mean, when you look at their tap, there's a ton of stuff on there. I mean, obviously wine as well, but lots of beers. But again, you're let's see, there's three IPAs, some stouts, different things. But to be able to just try a bunch of this stuff, it's not cheap though. Okay, wood-fired pizza. Classico, tomato sauce, mozzarella, and basil.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do simple, but
all day. It's a complex beer, but it's a simple beer. It's complex to get in the bottle, but once you drink it, this is just a beautiful flavor. It's bright.
Now I'm kind of hungry for some pizza.
I can order some. It's not going to be wood fired.
No, it's not going to be probably
You want more? You top off? Still some in there?
I'm going to get
I don't know that I want...
Yell at me for getting the bottom of the bottle in there, but
12 ounces is probably about the right amount for me.
Yeah.
Well, that's when I saw them in the bottles. I'm like, if Chad's got a 750 of this...
Oh, yeah.
If this was a 750, this was going to be a standalone episode. They did start...
Is a standalone episode. Standalone recording day.
Yeah.
Whatever. Illusions, Michael. Tavour did start offering beers bring them in 500 mils. So there might be a beer coming in that's in a 500 mil.
What's my
a wine bottle 750.
So it's like a quart?
Yeah, so we're going to be recorking it or drinking a little bit more beer. But a lot more wild ales are starting to show up in bottles.
Milliliters to ounces converter.
If you're going through all of the process to then bottle and blend and everything, this is a lot of work for a 12-ounce bottle.
Yes.
But what I saw from their pricing, even though if they're pouring tap or whatever they're doing, a lot of them are not. You're not getting 16 ounces even in any of this stuff. One of their imperial stouts was $11 for an 8-ouncer. I think it just goes to show. I mean, part of it is just what the process takes for what they're doing and the amount of stuff that goes into it. So
when you have a certain amount of cachet and people are coming to your place, it's like every tap room. If you want to come here, this is the price. But if I'm, it's like Director Brew. If I'm going out, if I'm going out to a destination place to go have all their tasty beer, it's kind of a sunk cost at that point.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's worth it to go and do the experience. I would, if I'm going to Austin, I'm going to figure out how to get out there.
And I would love to do smaller tastings. That way I can try more
beer.
If you're trying to...
How close is it to Austin, though?
I don't know. I'll look it up.
I don't think it's an easy Uber out there if you're down in Austin.
They got a
hotel. Car. They do have a hotel. But I don't think... downtown Austin, you'd go slam dunk. If I'm in Austin, I'm going there. Yeah. If it's 30 minutes out, 45 minutes out of Austin.
Dun, dun, dun.
Maybe.
We have the technology.
Very, very tasty.
Sort of. I don't know anywhere else in Austin to make a...
Downtown Austin.
Yeah, I guess.
Austin City Hall.
35 minutes.
Which, if you had a car, is fine
An Uber out there is gonna
be a little spendy. But if you're spending the night out there, if you had it as part of your plan,
you rent a car at the airport and you drive out, spend the night.
That's all right. You can take the bus. It's gonna take you 8.5 hours.
Ooh.
Oh, because it's got that's
just like here's a bus. No, wait.
No, it's Texas. I can rent a horse, right? I could ride a horse right from the airport.
Not in Austin.
Oh, damn.
No idea. 500 milliliters is 16.9 ounces.
And that makes sense now that I said it, because 375 is 12.
There you go.
So.
Okay, so a pint.
Yeah, so you don't need to worry about
bringing too much,
corking it, and
no
dealing with that. So
you could. For those not on the video, it's fully corked and capped. We had to get a wine opener to get this one out.
Is that the first one we've had?
There's 3 more. There's actually 3 more stacked up in the fridge now, so we're gonna have to.
Ooh, there you go.
But that's our first corked one, right?
Nice.
Branded Jester King cork.
Beautiful. You kind of got to.
Yeah, I got to keep it now. We'll start a collection.
It may have been our first corked.
I think it
is. Yes, that is our first.
We haven't done any wax sealed ones on the podcast either. That is a.
We did pick one up a few weeks ago.
Yeah, but that is a complete pain to try and open those up.
Most of them have the white wax cutter on a bottle opener.
Yeah, it's still not the easiest.
I have a propane blowtorch. You can just melt the wax.
But don't do that. That would ruin the beer. You're going to cook the beer?
Usually it's over a cork. It's still over a cap.
It's over a cap.
You're heating the glass.
Oh, but yes, you're right. Yeah.
It's fine. I'm professional.
Just saber it off.
No.
Yeah.
No?
Listen.
They gave us more than one. I can screw one up.
I also claimed for a while that I was a professional driver. It turns out I was a hotel valet, so I don't think that's quite the same thing.
Semantics. It's whatever you put on your LinkedIn. Just make it sound good.
I got paid to drive, so...
Yeah. Professional driver.
Or did I get paid to park, I guess?
Well, you still drive
paid not to hit anything.
That one is definitely the key. Yeah.
You're a car shepherd. You're shepherding your flock of cars. To and fro.
You can only do one at a time, though.
Okay, I'm lost. The analogy.
I don't know. What, you know what else you shepherd? Goats. And guess who has goats? Jester King.
Also,
what do we think of the beer today? Since we are supposed to be reviewing the beer.
We are, yes. I think it's a really well done beer. I like it is not, like I said, it's not overly sour. You get a little hint of it. You get, kind of like I said, like a sweetness, like a fruitiness to it.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's still probably like a seasonal type of thing to have. 12 ounces at 5%, though, I wouldn't mind having some of that on like a nice, like, you talked last episode about, sitting at 70 degrees and having a freaking 10% triple IPA. I would rather have this, probably.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, and you're going to spend the same amount of time drinking it.
Yeah.
Versus your Nerth's in the 10% because you're going, this is 10%. I do not need to finish this in 30 minutes. Versus this, you're not going to.
It's just the flavor slows you down a little bit, which is not a bad thing. It just, it's going to give you a little pause.
This is a. If you were being extra bougie when you were mowing your lawn on your riding lawnmower,
I kind of wanted
riding lawnmower beer.
Yeah. There is
if you
that,
really want to show off.
It's the, but to me, it's also like the I accomplished something. Like I did something, and it's...
When you're popping the cork?
Yeah.
I mean, you're... That's the only thing, too, is, you got to put in that extra work to even access this one.
So you're saying I should grab a few of these for the winner of the NASCAR League to take a bottle of this home.
Do not.
No, so that's where I was going to rank this one. I buy, Cooks or Andre, although I forgot that whatever one I bought didn't have a...
Oh, it's...
cork in it. So
it's got the white one that you gotta wiggle out.
It still worked, and we're just spraying it all over the place.
Yeah.
My rating on this one would be, I would not give this to somebody on the hopes that they would like it, because if somebody took a sip of this and were like, yeah, I don't really like it, and went to dump it out, I'd be like, how dare you?
Yeah.
Do not waste that beer. I will take your germs and amoebas to finish it.
When I win this year's Fantasy NASCAR,
this is what you're sipping as you're spraying champagne?
Yeah, I will present this to myself. Yes.
There you go.
Where's my phone? I need to edit the card now. Before it gets all snapped up. It showed back up this week, this year's version.
Well, and it's tough because it's with a wild ale, you're not getting.
It's probably not going to be this flavor again. It's going to be close if they're blending it to approximate it.
And they've got a ton of great looking flavors on there.
Yeah, and that's kind of the fun thing about that. Like, and probably one of the reasons where I more believe like a Jester King when it's like, oh, we have X amount of beers on Untapped. Like, well, you kind of have to, like, because you're literally getting something different each time.
Every season.
Like, yeah, I mean, hearing the process of what it is to try to like recreate. Hey, we're trying to recreate the same beer, but we need different malts or we need different things.
Yeah, you need laboratory conditions.
Yeah, and then this, it's like, no man, like we can do the exact same thing, put the exact same malts, all that sort of stuff, but when you're doing a spontaneous fermentation, like,
well, some of them,
who knows what's going to happen.
They blend, so they re-ferment with additions, so they'll get like closer to, whereas I think this one's 3 years of just wide open spontaneous fermentation, but like the Shisho and Fuyu Persimmon. So it's a 3 year spontaneously fermented, and then they add those in for the re-fermentation. So you're getting a little more of a consistent baseline.
Do you want my today's realization that I'm kind of a moron?
Okay.
SPON.
Yeah. You just now got that?
Yeah.
Okay. Is Chad still thinking through it?
I think so. Spontaneous.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
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 Today I learned that.
A little bit. I really like it. Again, I think like it is definitely not a style of beer I'm drinking every day.
Oh no.
I'm not drinking probably multiples of them. I do wonder how like even if you had like I'm thinking like a flight of 3 is kind of your max on even being able to kind of really get a solid differentiation and understanding of the differences. Like,
I think you would burn yourself out.
Yeah.
On this, even though how good it is, I would only want one because then I'm selfish and I want to go try all the other wonderful, tasty things they're doing.
That's where
elsewhere.
Even to Brian's point, is like a flight of 3 different ones.
Yes.
Would probably be enough before you go, I'm no longer catching nuances. It's still good.
It's like when you have a sour in your flight. Like, do not do that one before the lager.
Right.
Like, you're ruining your palate. Like, you're not going to get...
You don't just go lightest to darkest?
No, I've learned. The places that still are like, yeah, let's just... I'm like, no.
Restaurant breweries.
Yeah.
Primarily.
A decent chunk of them. Like, no,
we'll
it's a big difference.
Or we'll talk about it later, breweries that don't want to do flights.
That's
a topic for another day.
Yeah. I have thoughts.
We'll bring it up. All right. Well, for this one, we all racked and stacked, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. Our glasses are empty then, and we'll catch you guys next time.
If you've enjoyed what you just heard, make sure you subscribe to get new episodes when they drop, and don't forget to leave us a review. If you want to see what we're drinking when we're not on the pod, you can follow us on social media at A Beer Review. Feel free to send us any beer suggestions that we can make Chad go buy off of Tavour.